Hello friends, my name is Michelle and welcome to Summerween 2025. This might be one vlog, it might be two vlogs, we don't know yet, but regardless of that, we are here to celebrate the occasion, we are here to read some books, and we are here to celebrate the spooky season in the middle of a heat wave. The heat wave is about to end, so that's good news. If you don't know what Summerween is, it is run by Gabby from Gabby Reads. There are prompts. I'm only going to be focusing on the readathon prompts. I really do not have the time or the space or the spoons to do anything else. In this first moment clip, whatever you want to call it, it is currently 3:30 p.m. for me, so that means that the readathon has been going on for 15 hours, but I was in the middle of a book that I really wanted to finish before I jumped into this because I really do not like putting books to the side for like a week at a time and then returning to them. So that was my first order of business. That is now done and finished. I read the 60-ish, 70-ish pages that I had left. That's done for the day, and now it's time to welcome the dog into the frame. Hi. Wait until she realizes she's on camera. She's gonna run away so fast. Anyway, actually no, she just settled next to me. What a sweet, beautiful baby angel. Now I can finally focus on Summerween stuff. I have been anticipating Summerween since Winterween. This is truly the only readathon I fully participate in these days. I low-key do the magical readathon, but I mostly just like read whatever, and if it fits the prompt, it fits the prompt. And Summerween and Winterween are the only times of the year where I like really buckle down and try to fill the prompts and try to hit everything and read the stuff and like enjoy myself in it. But I think that's because I've had so many good things and books happen to me during these readathons. The best one being Chlorine. I think about that book at least once a week ever since I read it 2 years ago for Summerween. So I think that's majorly the reason why we're here and why we're still celebrating that we are the way we are. Let me get into it before we yap for 10 minutes, which is another specialty of mine. The prompts are as follows, as you can see them here next to me. What I generally like to do for Summerween or Winterween is find a book that covers a lot of the prompts and then read stuff around it. This round I'm aiming for 3-ish books, and that's because I want to read everything that I read is going to stay in the realm of the speculative and darker fiction. I think I would like to do that. Summerween to me should be thrillers, horror, something that is speculative, like sci-fi or something like that. Probably not fantasy unless it's like grimdark or something like that, and that's usually way bigger than I can manage during a readathon, so I'm not really considering that as one of my options. Dark academia has the same vibe to me as other Halloween related stuff, so those are the things that we are going to be focusing on. For the novella, manga, whatever, spooky audiobook, I'm going to be going with the third installment in the series by Malka Older. I cannot for the love of me remember the title right now, but that's definitely what I'm going to be going with. I might start off with that one, we will see, and I might also read it in the evening so that it counts for reading in the dark, because I will be reading that on my Kindle. Another book that I want to read is possibly the new Chuck Wendig, because I really do want to get to that one sometime soon, so that might be my horror book or something like that. Then the last one, the third book, should be something that I have owned for more than a year, so I will scour my shelves later, but I think those two books are my priority right now. And I might start with Malka Older's book, The Potency of Ungovernable Impulses. I'm excited for this. I would like to prioritize reading a little bit more because I feel like I haven't been reading much, and if I was reading, it was probably something short like this one, but that might be a good opener for the readathon so that I can read something longer and not take over a week with it, because that's essentially been my case the last month or so, because life has just been hectic. Today is not going to be very reading heavy, I don't think, unless it is, because that's what we decide to do. But today is my anniversary with my girlfriend, so whatever we decide to do together is what's going to be happening, because it's our anniversary. We told each other, because life has been so hectic, that what we would like to do for our anniversary is just spend time together, because we haven't been able to do that for the past few weeks. And we said that we wouldn't get each other anything for our anniversary this year. Needless to say, we both whipped out like 2 or 3 things yesterday, just like silly goofy things like, oh hey, by the way, this is not for the anniversary, but like I just thought of you when I saw this, so I wanted to give it to you. So I guess even though we made a deal that we wouldn't do that, we kind of did it on our own. Without discussing prior. In fact, discussing the opposite prior, but I truly just saw it in a shop and I was like, I'm gonna get it anyway, and it's not going to be an anniversary present. But listen, real love exists, okay? I'm going to cool down somewhere and then we are going to commence reading, and I will take you with me when that moment comes. But like I said, spending time together. We also need to clean the pool at some point this weekend because I really desperately want to get in the pool, but I can't if it's so dirty. But I think you can tell how sweaty and gross I'm feeling, so I'm just going to remove myself from the narrative here. See you soon. Oh my gosh, exciting time. Okay, toodles. Hi, it's about 2 hours later. I look like it's been 2 weeks in like serious conditions. Yes, it's been a couple hours. I went to purchase the book, you know, The Potency of Ungovernable Impulses. Hi dog, once again. I went to purchase it. I look at the page count, it's 246 pages. That is no longer a novella, I'm afraid to say. So that's not going to be happening. I was really gearing up towards it. I like reading those during Summerween, but it's too long and it's not even a horror book. It's just speculative, like I said. So I went looking, and I think what I'm going to settle on, it's not what I was planning to read at all, but I think I'm going to read This Is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Merceau. It's 90 pages, it's cheap. So I'm going to pursue that direction, but first pizza, aka dinner, and some sort of trash TV or a movie or something, and then I can maybe even start reading. But that was a flop that I had to inform you of. Papi, for your consideration. Hear all the burps. It is a wonderful time. Hi, it is Monday, day something of Summerween. 3? Yeah, it's day 3 of Summerween. I am still in shambles because work week started. I just got home like 20 minutes ago because I went to get my nails done after work. It wasn't even worth it, but at least my nails are done. I'm here to update you on many things because I did not speak to you once, a single time yesterday. And it's okay with me. I had a lovely Sunday and it was needed for me to just turn off and not worry about real life stuff. We are one book down. After my chaotic entree into the 2025 round of Summerween, I did buckle down and I did read that book on Saturday night. And that book is This Is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Merceau, who is a Canadian queer author, which I did not know. This is what they mean when they say that queer people just like attract each other, I guess. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And honestly, objectively speaking, it probably would have been a 3. But some of those things hit so much. And also, this is self-published and it's really good. For a self-published book that did not have like a team of editors and like a marketing team and everything behind it, it's a really good book and it is really well written and I want to read more by Caitlin Merceau, like yesterday. It's a short novella. It's literally 86 pages and it is about a daughter who is
finally living her life. She is 34 years old. She has a fiance, a lovely woman named Florence. I was like, oh my god, they're queer. Because again, I did not know. I do not research things to that depth at all ever. I didn't even read the summary of this. I was just like, this is vaguely familiar. Let me pick it up and read it. Out of the blue, her mother, who our main character has kind of got out of her life for very valid reasons, tries to make contact again. And our main character is like, well, shit, I want to get married. And like, I essentially have zero family because like I have no siblings. My father is dead. My mother is kind of the only family member that I have left in this world. And it feels like if I do want to marry Florence, maybe I should have somebody on my side of the family. It would be nice. It would make me feel wholesome and valid. So she's like, okay, sure, let's reconnect. It's the middle of winter. They decide to go on a little weekend retreat up north to an unspecified location, which like, if that's not fishy, what is? It's literally just about this couple getting there, and I cannot spoil anything, but I think you can see where it's going, especially if you know that the mother is incredibly narcissistic and very toxic and has clearly lost her marbles so hard. It gets gruesome towards the end. What hits so hard is, oh my god, okay, if you know a narcissistic person and if you had a narcissistic parent, aka yes, me too, some of these lines in this book are so freaking true. I will never believe that the author did not have a narcissistic parent or somebody who has told them everything about their narcissistic parent, because it was so real what this mother was saying to the daughter and how she was infantilizing her and how she was turning her words around and how she was making herself out to be the victim and how she was throwing hissy fits and tantrums and how she always tried to come across as the good guy. Very Mother Gothel from Tangled, if you know what I mean. I literally in high school had the picture of Mother Gothel as the picture for my mother in my phone when she was calling me, if that tells you anything. It was like my little act of rebellion that she never figured out. Yeah, that book was really nice, really fun. Well, not nice, but you know what I'm trying to say. It was really fun. I had a good time with it. I gave it 4, and I was like, this is a stellar start to Summerween. And then on Sunday, which means yesterday, I picked up my second book. I am currently 75 pages into it, and it is, oh, before I move on, This Is Where We Talk Things Out is a novella. I read it in the dark. I literally finished it like 2 a.m. in bed. Don't even judge me. It is a horror book, and it also has the sky on the cover. So, like, crazy stuff. I read 4 out of the 5 prompts already. This just fits more prompts from those that I've already filled, but that's okay. This is The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. I have never read anything by Chuck Wendig in either of the genres that he writes in. This is the Evernight edition, and the naked hardback is stunning. I don't like the cover. Like the dust jacket, I think is kind of fugly. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But this though, it is absolutely stunning. Like, excuse me, I love it. This is interesting so far. Let me tell you what it's about. It's about a group of friends who used to be like a crew. They were called the Covenant, or rather they called themselves the Covenant, and it was a group of 5 friends, I want to say, until one time they went camping. 5 of them, and only 4 of them came back. Their 5th friend just low-key disappeared, and now it's many, many years later, and they all get this weird email from one of the friends that says, and by the way, I haven't seen this in any reviews, and it low-key triggered me, so I'm going to, like, share it with you all in case you have similar issues to me, aka health anxiety, because I was like, should I be reading this? But then I persevered, and so far it's fine. I will update you if that situation changes. But all of these friends get a cryptic mail that literally opens with, hi, so I have pancreatic cancer and I'm dying. Before that, I want to see all of y'all again, so I bought you all flight tickets and you're coming over. If you don't come, then fuck you. That's literally what it says in the email. So they're all like, ugh, fine, guess I'll go, even though I have nothing but trauma connected to you. So they all go. They arrive, and it turns out that they are not traveling to a hotel or the friend's house or to a hospital or anything of the sort. They are literally dropped off by the woods. This man is like, listen, the rule of the Covenant is that we protect each other, and we failed to do that those years ago when that friend disappeared. So we are going to go, and we are going to fix our failure, fix our mistake. And essentially all of them are like, absolutely the fuck not, are you crazy? But then they're kind of guilted into going anyway. The characters are varied. I feel like the main character is just like your regular, schmegular, basic bitch, nerdy boy who kind of failed at everything in his life. And I'm like, same girl, same Z's. Some of the things that I like. The writing is extremely readable. It's very easy. It's almost 400 pages, but I'm not worried about finishing it this week because, like I said, it reads super, super easy. I didn't even focus on reading yesterday and I read 70 pages, so we should be fine, honestly. I also like the dynamics. You can kind of tell the characters apart. They are very distinct to me. What I don't like is that I feel like Chuck Wendig is kind of like asking to be awarded a medal for being a diverse author. I read something, I didn't read too much into it, but I read that some 10 years ago or something, he was fired from a Star Wars comic series issues, question mark, because he was trying to put in queer characters, and I feel like he's still on the same mission, but it just doesn't feel genuine, you know? Like, I read This Is Where We Talk Things Out, and you can just say that the main character just so happens to be in a female-female relationship, and that's pretty much it. But the way we are discussing things here is a little on the nose. One of the friends is a gender fluid, aromantic pansexual, and the way they describe things, and like, I'm going by she anyway, and how they're trying to like talk about it, it just feels very forced. Maybe that will change and my opinion will change over the course of the book, but right now I'm like, there was a scene where the two characters were discussing some political views in what was clearly against Trump, which, like, yay for that. But the way they were like discussing liberalism, whatever, and Republicans and Democrats and freedom of speech and everything, it just feels like Chuck Wendig asked ChatGPT, hey, what's the correct view on things? And then he just put it in dialogue for the character. And I cannot say that I love that, but we'll see how things progress. I want it to get creepy. I want it to give me the heebie-jeebies. I want it to freak me out. I want it to be like House of Leaves, but in the woods, because, I mean, what is the mysterious staircase even doing there? I want it to do all those things. We'll see if it succeeds. It is Monday. I'm gonna do some reading. I'm gonna do some chilling, and then I'll probably update you tomorrow and possibly close up this vlog and do a two-parter because, I mean, Summerween is 8 days technically. So I'm loving the Summerween content that I'm seeing online though, because I feel like it's so fun. It brings me back like 10 years when people were actually a community people who just wanted to read together and wanted to celebrate reading together. And the only thing I'm missing is people thinking from that time. I have been really trying to talk to you about the books I'm reading and about the plot of the books I'm reading and about how I feel about the books I'm reading, because that's something that I'm missing as a viewer, because before I'm ever a content creator, I am a content consumer, especially when it comes to booktube. So I've been trying my gosh darn dang it is hardest, so I hope it comes across sometimes. From time to time is fine. And yeah, I will talk to you literally in a second for you. Oh my god, what am I even saying?
Okay, good evening. It is pretty much the end of Summerween Day 4. I did not update you earlier today or later yesterday, and it's okay with me. Sometimes life just works that way. I was really debating with myself whether I should just make this into a week-long vlog, because I feel like I'm not really updating you much or talking to you much or really accomplishing as much as other people. Because I have been watching Summerween content, right? I have seen vlogs and I've been watching them like it's my lifeblood. And these people are reading like a book a day. And I'm on day 4 and I am officially pretty much halfway through my second book. And the first one that I finished was literally an 85-page novella. And then I had a very honest conversation with myself. And I was like, these people that I'm watching either have work from home jobs or YouTube is their job. And that is not the case for me. I leave the house early in the morning. I get home around 5 p.m. and I also have other life things that I'm doing. Like, this is not part of my income. This is purely a hobby. And I thought to myself, why should I be ashamed or feel bad about the fact that I am on page 208 on a Tuesday when I started this Sunday, when I have a full-time job that is honestly busy on my mind, and I'm spending most of the day out of the house, and I also need to sleep somewhere, and I also want to spend time with my partner, and I also want to eat, and I also need to run some errands after work. Like sometimes I will get home after 5. Like I have no control over it sometimes. And then I told myself, no, you shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel ashamed. You are doing an excellent job. And the fact that you're putting in effort into doing something extracurricular, like you're 15 years old and you need to have after school activities, is honestly pretty amazing, especially considering that you are struggling at your job right now and you have barely any mental space left. So I was like, okay, I wanted to do 2 vlogs, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut this one off here, even if I didn't accomplish as much, even though I've accomplished plenty. If you ask me, I'm still alive and it's Tuesday. Pretty grand accomplishment sometimes in the life of an adult, and I feel like that can be relatable to some people as well, that I am just not churning through books like I'm a machine. Like, adult life is an adult life, you know, and this is still pretty grand. Even if I was halfway through my first book, I would be completely valid in publishing this and calling this the first vlog of Summerween. I am having a great time with Summerween, and I am having a great time with the content of Summerween, and maybe I also want to give back. So if you're watching this and if you're doing Summerween, or if you're, you know, also struggling with real life and you feel like you're not reading enough, you are so totally doing enough. You are doing everything that is in your capacity, and that is good enough. Like, somebody else's 100% is not your 100%. Like, even if you feel like you have read 50 pages since day 1 of Summerween, that is your 100%, babes, and you are doing great. So I am here as a reminder, I guess. Let's call it that. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We will be halfway through the week and in the second half of Summerween, and I'm excited. I'm pretty sure I can finish this book. It's reading very fast. I don't have anything else to say about it other than what I already said yesterday, and I also want to keep some thoughts for the second vlog, so I don't want to tell you everything, but I'm having a good time with it. It's reading very fast, and I am struggling with separating the enjoyment of reading this book and the actual quality of the book. We will see what happens. However, I will say that this counts for the Our Fantasy Bingo. That, you know, there's a prompt this year that's like read a book that takes place in an impossible place. Completely fits, so I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. I will see you in a couple days. I'm hoping that this goes up tomorrow, aka Wednesday, and then the next vlog probably Sunday, Monday. I don't know, we will see. Again, life is life. But if you're here and you're having even a remotely okay time, thank you so much for your presence. Thank you to my dog who just came into the room. Like, why are you sitting in my bed? Because I totally am sitting in her bed. I'm gonna go and get some real life sleep, and I will see you in a few days. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're doing Summerween, I hope you're having a lovely time, and I cannot wait to speak with you again. Yeah, I'm having a lovely time, so please tune in. I want to read this and then at least 1 more book, and I am committing to that in my brain. We do have 1 more prompt to fulfill, so that's gonna be happening. Anyway, good night or good morning, depending on when you're watching this. It's lovely to have you here and yep in your ear, and I will speak to you soon.